Yo guys, what is up everybody? How are you all doing? It's Abdul Rafay back again. So guys, in this video, I'm going to show you how to build an AI chatbot and how to actually put that chatbot into your Shopify website, or you can say Shopify store. So if you're a person who has a Shopify website or a Shopify store, this video is for you. So what we're basically going to do is we're going to take a chatbot and we're going to put it into your Shopify website. And that's pretty much what we're going to do in today's video. So guys, if you're hyped, if you're are actually hyped for this video, let me know in the comment section down below how are you guys feeling right now. All right. Okay guys, so basically this is an overview, or you can say a demo of what the project is going to look like at the end. So basically I just wanted to show you guys so you guys can just check it out and understand how it's going to be. So basically this is a Shopify store, as you can see, Shopify store. So this is a Shopify store, and there's like a chatbot that I have put inside of here. So when you click on this icon, you can basically come over here and you can ask any question to the chatbot. For example, I'm going to ask, what is your name? And then it's going to answer the question. Okay, so that is pretty much how our project is going to look like at the end. But don't worry about the Shopify store. Even if you have a custom Shopify store, you can still do this. Okay, if you already have a Shopify store, you can still do this. Okay, don't worry about it. So that was it for the demo, and let's proceed on to the next part of the video. Now all of this brings us to one question. What even is an AI chatbot? An AI chatbot is like a human-like conversation which is stimulated by artificial intelligence. It uses natural language processing and machine learning to stimulate human-like conversations and basically learn from its previous mistakes. Now that is an AI chatbot. Now the question is, why do you even need a chatbot, and why bother creating an AI chatbot for your business? Well, let me tell you something, my friend. According to McKinsey 2023 report, basically 70% of businesses now use AI chatbots, and businesses have seen 25% increase in efficiency and 25% reduction in cost savings with the help of AI chatbots. And this is something that can actually leverage your business and help you reach to the next level. And if you are not using this technology, I'm sorry to say, my friend, you're falling behind. And if you really want to go to the next level, you gotta use this technology and reach to the next level. So if you're interested in reaching to that next level, make sure you have that chatbot in your business, or else you're gonna fall behind and everybody else is gonna take over you. So make sure that you're on track. Make sure that you are not just look. What you basically want to do is you don't want to compete against machines. You want to team up with machines. Okay, don't go against AI. What you want to do is you want to team up with AI to improve efficiency. There's nothing wrong with teaming up with somebody to improve your efficiency. All right, makes sense? So now let's proceed to the further down the line. So basically what you just saw, we're going to do this in 3 steps, okay? Number 1, we're going to create our chatbot. Number 2, we're going to create a Shopify store. And number 3, we're going to combine our chatbot and our Shopify store together. And bam, our Shopify store will be connected with the chatbot and you'll be good to go. So that is pretty much what we're going to do, and let's continue. You can also feel free to skip some of the steps if you already have a Shopify store or a chatbot. But I would definitely recommend for those of you guys who are doing this for the first time to follow along the steps, and it'll be much easier. And we're going to do this step by step together, and we're going to make it, right? So let's do this. But what if you already have a Shopify store? Don't worry. If you already have a Shopify store, you can edit the code and you can add your chatbot. If you already have your Shopify store. But what if you already have a chatbot? You can take the code of the chatbot and you can put it into your Shopify store. So you can still do it, okay? So don't worry about it. And if you guys are having technical problems in the middle, let me know in the comments section down below. I'll be there to help you with whatever you need, okay? Let me know in the comments section down below. Okay, the first step was to create our chatbot, and that's the first step. Okay, so now we're going to start, and once you actually click on the link, it's going to show you this. Okay, it's going to show you this page, and what you want to basically do is, in order to create your chatbot, you're going to need to make an account. Okay, you're going to need to make an account of Fastbots AI. Okay, so you could just click on get started for free. A little disclaimer: this AI chatbot is going to be for free, but it's going to be limited. Okay, and after a while you're going to have to pay. Okay, so it's going to get paid after a threshold. It will get paid. Okay, this is not for completely for free, but don't worry, you can still play around with this. If you're interested in this, you can still play around for free. But if you are actually serious about this AI chatbot, then you're gonna have to pay in order to actually use it for a longer period of time. Okay, so basically now, once you're here at your Fastbots AI dashboard, this is basically your dashboard. Okay, and since I already have an existing chatbot, I can also create a new one. Basically, if you're doing this for the first time, these two are not going to be there for you. Okay, and what you want to do is you want to click on create new bot. Okay, but since I already have one, so I'm just going to show you a demo of this one. Okay, so you can still click on create new bot. Okay, if you're doing this for the first time, click on that. Okay, but I'm going to click on this. Okay, it's pretty much the same. Okay, no much of a big difference. Okay, so now once you're over here, now basically your chatbot is almost ready. But remember, this is basically an AI. Okay, and just as similar, an AI is a lot similar to an actual human. Okay, and what we basically need to do is we basically need to train our chatbot. Okay, we need to train our chatbot, and in order to do that, you're gonna see there's gonna be like an option over here for training data. Okay, but don't worry, we'll go through every single one of these options. Okay, basically the first one is the overview. The overview is the place where you can actually test your chatbot. Okay, this is the place where you actually test your chatbot, and you can also see the analytics of your chatbot. So basically this is how much I have used it, like the characters, the messages, how many number of times I've used this chatbot. And basically over here, this is like a window, or you can say like a part of the screen where you can actually test your chatbot. Okay, like for example, I'll say, what is your name? Basically I'm testing it. Okay, but don't worry, we'll go through this again after we're done. Okay, so after that you have the activity part. Okay, the activity is where it shows you the chat history, where you can actually go and see the conversations that you had with your chatbot. For example, you can see like these are the conversations that I had like previously, and then you have the next thing, which is the lead. Lead is basically the information. We'll talk about this later on. Okay, but it's basically the information about the user who interacts with the chatbot. Okay, and you also have a live chat option. Okay, we'll leave that, don't worry about it. Okay, then we have the training data. Okay, this is where you actually provide your chatbot information, so that, remember, I'm assuming that you're a business owner, or you already have a website, or maybe you're a developer, or whoever you are. Let me know in the comment section down below. But basically what I'm talking about is, let's say you have training data, right? Training data basically means the information that you're going to give to the chatbot, so that the chatbot can answer the questions of the users who want to interact with the chatbot. So basically, like, you can provide like documents, Word documents, and even websites to your chatbot. Okay, like for example, like I'm gonna give this link, okay? But I have already done this, but still, if you're doing it for the first time, you can do it. You can just put your, let's say if you have a Shopify website, what you can do is basically you can take your Shopify domain and you can put it over here, okay? You can put your Shopify, actually not the domain, but the whole link, okay? I want you to take your entire Shopify store link, and put it over here, okay? What this is going to do is this is going to help the chatbot understand the information from your Shopify store, okay? Basically, just the link contains information, right? So that the chatbot can, have access to that information. So once you press start, just press start, and if you want to do this, so basically what that's going to do is that's going to send the web pages to the chatbot, and now the chatbot has that information, okay? I hope you guys understand. Let me know in the comment section down below if you don't, okay? But we'll proceed on. So basically I've added that website, and 1 second, maybe I think it didn't get saved. So why does it say no links found? Okay, I think I forgot to press save. Don't worry. Okay, so once you're done with that, and you can also upload a document, okay? Let's say if you have a Shopify store, okay? Now remember, we're doing this specifically for Shopify, okay? So if you have a Shopify store, if you have like a Word document or any Google document or PDF about your Shopify store, if you have information about that store which you want the chatbot to have access to, you can provide that whole document over here, okay? But in my case, I don't want to do that, but if you want to, you definitely can, okay? So we don't want to do that. So but basically you can actually provide any document to this chatbot so that the chatbot has information so that I can respond to the user's question, okay? Now next thing that we have is the text. So you can also directly type in text, okay? Text as in the information which you want the chatbot to have, okay? Maybe it might be some information about your business which you want the chatbot to know so that it can answer the questions, okay? Basically the chatbot is going to answer the questions, right, as you saw in the demo. And if there is like a specific question, the user who is interacting with the chatbot, so the chatbot will have the knowledge to provide the answer, okay? So basically that's the text part, okay? And then you have the questions, okay? Let's say if like you can maybe there's like a complicated question, so you can put in the complicated question and you can also put an answer and then just press save, okay? For example, I'll put in a complicated question. For example, when was KickFliMedia founded? Okay, so I'm just gonna type in it was founded in 2025. Okay, so once you're done with that, you just want to make sure that you press save, okay? So that's very important, okay? Press save. Okay, now once that's done, and you're good to go. The next thing that we have is Tune AI, okay? Now this is basically the next part, which is in which you actually select the LLM, okay? Basically, what is an LLM? LLM is basically, you can think of it as the AI that you want to choose, okay? The AI that you want to have. Like for example, you can choose the OpenAI LLM, you can choose the Anthropic LLM, or you can choose the Google Gemini LLM. So it depends on what you want to use, but I would definitely recommend you understand your needs and you choose from there, okay? For my case, I'm using the ChatGPT 4o mini. the GPT-4 or mini model. I'm using that, okay? I'm using that LLM for my chatbot, okay? But you can use whatever you want. It's completely okay, okay? It's your choice, your flexibility, okay? So that's your LLM model. And then the next thing is the prompt, okay? Now prompt is basically this thing, okay? Like for example, when you use ChatGPT, the text that you input is called the prompt, okay? Now basically this is going to require a really good prompt, okay? If you want the chatbot to be really effective, you need a good prompt, okay? So basically my prompt, for my case, I was making a customer service chatbot, okay? I was making a customer service chatbot. But however you want your chatbot to respond, however you want it to interact, you're going to include that in the prompt, okay? Maybe for example, if you want your chatbot to be, kind, respectful, whatever behavior, you explain that over here in the prompt, okay? For example, I'm gonna give you guys a Google Doc link down in the description down below, so you guys can actually check out this exact prompt, okay? You'll find it in the link. You'll find it in the description down below, okay? Don't worry. Basically, this is where you describe the personality of your chatbot, okay? And the prompt, okay? So don't worry about it. You can go through my prompt, and basically contains a few parts. Let's go through it from the beginning, okay? So first you have like the role, okay? This is where you explain what role the chatbot has. For example, in my case, it was basically a customer service agent, okay? But in your case, it could be whatever. Maybe it's like a sales agent. Maybe if you want your chatbot to behave like a salesperson, you can also do that. But that's where you will mention it over here, okay? That's the role. And then, so before we proceed further down the line, just so you know, what is Fastbots AI? Fastbots AI is basically a chatbot provider, and it's not only a chatbot provider, but it also provides you with so many other different facilities. For example, let's say I have the chatbot that I built right here, and this is basically just a demo to show what Fastbots AI is, so you guys can have an overview of what you're actually doing. So basically, it allows you to do so many different cool things. So you can the best part is the integrations. You can put it into WhatsApp, Messenger, Instagram, Slack, WordPress, Zapier, Make. You can connect it to basically any platform, even Shopify, which we're going to do in this video. So why Fastbots AI? By far, Fastbots AI is basically one of the most simplest and the most easiest to follow, and you can easily create a chatbot. You can easily put it into your website, and the chatbot looks so neat and clean. So that's why this is the reason why I chose, Fastbots AI for this video, to help you guys, understand how to build a chatbot and put it into your website. So I completely understand, you guys are, maybe you guys are new into this, but don't worry, I got your back. We're gonna do this together, okay? So I definitely recommend Fastbots AI to you guys if you're just starting out, and it's pretty simple. It's pretty easy, and you guys will be really easy to follow. So basically, there are so many different things that you can do. You can also put let's say you can put links, and you can also upload documents to train your chatbot. So basically, this is basically what you can do, and over here you can put Word documents, PDFs to train your chatbot, and it's pretty simple, pretty easy to follow. And this is why I recommend Fastbots AI. So definitely do follow. If you want to use something else, it's completely fine, but if you want to use Fastbots AI, what you're seeing in this video, click on the link in the description down below, and you'll be able to find Fastbots AI. To make things simple, I've put the link in the description down below. So click on the link and check it out, and let's continue to the video. Yo guys, so basically what I want to tell you is that I also want you to take action and actually build out this chatbot. because if you just look at this video, you probably will forget how to build a chatbot. So I want you to take action and build along with me. Well, that way it's going to be more fun and you're going to enjoy and you're going to learn a lot. So make sure you make that chatbot. It'll be fun. You'll reach to a whole new level with your business and you'll be using AI and it'll be a lot more fun. So go ahead and also take action and build out your chatbot and reach the next level. Okay guys, so now we're back and we were discussing about the prompt and we just finished the prompt. So now we're going to move to the next thing, which is testing your bot. So if you click on this, there's an option over here to test your bot. So just click on that and it will open a page where actually it shows you your chatbot. But let's say if this page is not shown to you, don't worry about it. Just click on overview. Okay, you can still do the same thing, but it's like more detailed. Okay, the overview page is more detailed, but don't worry, you can still test your chatbot over here. Okay, so we're just going to do some small testing. So we'll just say, how are you? So I just typed how are you, as you can see, and it responded. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing over here. Okay, so this was in the overview. Now head over to test your bot if you have this option, but if you don't worry. Okay, so I'm going to type, sorry, how are you? Yes, it's okay. So I'm just going to ask another question. What is KickFliMedia? Okay, it's okay. Okay, so now the next thing is the appearance. Okay, so click on the appearance button, or you can say option. So now the next thing is the appearance. Okay, so now basically the first thing that you have is the title. Title is basically the text that appears over here. Okay, so let's say I want to change it to Assistant Nick. So I've changed it to Assistant Nick and it has changed. Okay, so now the next thing is the welcome message. Now the welcome message is the first message that appears when you open the chatbot and when you start chatting with the chatbot. Before you even type anything, the chatbot will mention, hi, welcome. So that is what you call the welcome message over here. So if you want to edit it, you can say, how are you? Or hi. Okay, so now I've edited that and now, so that was the welcome message. Now the next thing is the welcome pop-up message. Okay, welcome message pop-up. So basically when you launch your store, so okay, it's working. You don't have to do this. Okay, I'm just gonna show you a demo of what the pop-up looks like. Okay, so don't worry about it. Okay, I'm gonna move this up. Okay, so as you can see, this right here, hi, welcome to KickFliMedia. I am Assistant Kick. It shows Assistant Kick because I didn't save the changes over here. I was supposed to press this button. Okay, so that's why it shows Assistant Kick. Okay, so don't worry about it. You just need to press save changes. Okay, this one. So basically this is the pop-up message. Okay, hi, welcome to KickFliMedia. I'm Assistant Kick. How can I help you today? This is what you call the pop-up message. So you can enable it or disable it as you wish. So now the next thing is the placeholder. We're going to skip suggestions. Now the next thing is the placeholder. Placeholder is basically the text that appears right over here. Okay, right over here in this bar. I'll show it to you. So you can write whatever according to your needs. For example, the reason why I'm writing over here type questions is because this is a customer service chatbot, right? So I'm going to assume that the user who wants to interact with the chatbot is going to have a question. So that's why I wrote over here, type your question. So you can write whatever you want. And again, this is what you call the placeholder. Okay, this is what you call the placeholder. Okay, so you can write it however you want. Okay, now let's move to the next thing. The next thing is the lead collection. Lead collection is basically the form. Sorry. Lead collection is basically this form right over here. So where you can see get in touch, where it asks you your name, your email, your phone number, your message, and it asks you to submit. So this is what you call the lead collection form. So you can enable it or disable it however you want according to your needs. And basically there's another field over here where you have the fields of your form. Okay, so this is a lead collection form. Okay, this one, it's a lead collection form. So basically this is going to extract information from the user. Okay, like for example, the user is going to come. One second, I'm going to remove that up. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. Okay, this is what I'm talking about, the get in touch form. This is a lead collection form. Okay, so you can type your name, your email, your phone number, and what will happen is the chatbot will have the information from you. Okay, when you type in your information, which will be the user. Now you can enable some of the fields or you can disable some of the fields. You can make them required or you can make them optional. Okay, and you can also add your own custom field. Like for example, if I want to add, let's say, extra details, and I'm going to make it required. Yes, so as you can see, it appears over here. Okay, so that was the lead collection form. Now the next thing is the branding, okay, which is actually the profile picture, the icon, and the color. Okay, so basically the first thing that we have is our chatbot avatar. Okay, the chatbot avatar is basically the profile picture of your chatbot, or you can say the picture of your chatbot. Okay, like this picture over here, talking about this picture. Okay, so you can change that to whatever you want. If you want to change it, press on this button over here and it will allow you. Okay, that didn't work out. Okay, you're supposed to press this. Okay, just press on the picture, just press over here, just click on the picture and it will allow you to select your file to change the chatbot avatar. Now the next thing is the start chat icon. Okay, the start chat icon is this icon right over here. Let me show it to you in the website, which is this icon over here. Okay, so you can change that to whatever you want. Like for example, just press on the icon and it will allow you to select your files, and then you can select whatever file you have. Now the next thing is the color. So this will actually change the color of the background of your start icon. If you press this, like suppose I'm gonna select red, so as you can see it changed it to red. The start chat icon background, it changed it to red. Now the next thing is you can make your chatbot to left or right of your web page depending upon you. I prefer it on the right side. Now the next thing is the chat window background. Okay, what it basically means is, let's say I'm going to show it to you, it'll be much better. So let's say I make it red. Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. So basically you can do some more customizations over here and you can play around and select whatever you have. You can change the colors and you can play around with this. Okay, I think the background is this one. Something is up with this. So there's like you have to, but don't worry guys, it doesn't matter that much. You can customize it as however you want. So you can also change the color of the chatbot thinking dots, which are these dots right here. Okay, you can also change that. I'm trying to see what this is going to do. Okay, I wonder how to change these. Okay, so basically user chat message background is this one right here. Okay, so I prefer it to be blue because it matches the theme. Yes, that's okay. Okay, so next thing is the chat message background. Let's see how to work this out. Okay guys, so now we're going to continue with customizing our chatbot. Okay, so basically the first thing is the chat window background. Okay, I'm going to change the color and let you know what it looks like. So basically what you want to make sure is, if you're just going to do it like that, it's not going to work. What you basically need to do is just make one of them as 0. Okay, this is RGB. Okay, RGB is basically like a hexadecimal value for the colors. Okay, but don't worry about it, just make it 0 and just change the color to whatever you want. Okay, so basically it's the background of the chat window. Okay, the window of the chatbot's background. This is what it's talking about. This is what's the color. Okay, you can change it however you want. Okay, so in my case I'll just make it blue. Okay, and next thing, now the next thing is the chatbot thinking dots. So basically it's talking about these dots right here, so you can change it to whatever color you want. So we'll just keep it blue because our theme is mostly blue, so we keep it as blue. Okay, but if you want to change it, let's say, okay, I'll show you how to change it. Let's say I want to make it red. So as you can see, it has become red. Okay, now the next thing is the user chat message background. User chat message background is basically when the user sends a message, the message that appears on the right side over here. I'll show it to you in a bit. Okay, I'll make it yellow. Okay, just to show it to you. Okay, I'll make it red. Okay, and we'll just keep one of them as 0 and we'll make it red and we'll save. Okay, make sure you press save changes. Okay, it's very important. And now we'll go ahead and test it. Okay, so this is what it was talking about. Okay, over here can you see the message that I have sent hi? Now it appears to be red. Okay, this is the user message, which is me. Okay, or it could be you if you're interacting with the chatbot. So it's called as the user chat message, and I have changed the color to red. So you can change it however you want. Okay, so I made it red. So that was the user chat message background. Now let's say I wanna change the chatbot chat message background. Now basically, can you see this? This is what we're going to change. We're going to change the background color of that. Okay, so let's say I want to change it to sea green. Okay, just make sure you make one of them as 0. Yeah, and now it's okay. So now we'll press
save changes. Okay, now we go ahead to overview and you can test it. Okay, now basically, can you see this? This is the chatbot message background. Okay, the message that the chatbot sends, the background of that is now has now been changed to like a sea green. Okay, so that was the chatbot message background. So you can change it to whatever you want. Again, it's completely your choice. Now the next thing is the chatbot send message button. Okay, the send message button, which is this button over here. Okay, this button over here. Let's say I want to change it to whatever color in your mind. Let me know. Okay, just feel free to choose whatever color you have in your mind. Okay, I'll make it yellow. Okay, and I'll press save changes. Okay, then we can go ahead and overview, and as you can see, the color has changed. Okay guys, so now your chatbot is basically ready. Okay, so now your chatbot is basically ready, and there you go. This is how simple it is to create your chatbot. And now we'll continue on with our next step, which is to work on the Shopify store. Okay, so basically this is how easy it is, and let's move to the next step.
Okay, Mr. Everybody, so now we're here at our second step, which is to create our Shopify store. Now, if you already have a Shopify store, you can skip this step, okay? I'm going to add timestamps to make things simple so that you can directly move to the third step, which is to actually connect the chatbot to the Shopify store, okay? But anyways, let's move to the second step. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to create a Shopify store, okay? But you can still do this if you already have a Shopify store, but I'm just going to show it to you just for, to make it easy for you guys. Okay, so basically what you want to do is you want to click on the link in the description down below for Shopify, and once you do that, you're going to come into this page, which is Shopify's web page, okay? Or you can say website. So basically, what you want to do is you want to create an account, okay? Since now, if you're doing this for the first time, you're going to click start for free, okay? But if you already have an account, you're going to click on login. So I already have an account, so I will click on login. Now when I click login, it directly opens up the dashboard of my Shopify store. Now basically, your Shopify store is already built in when you create an account, okay? As soon as you create an account, your Shopify store is built in, okay? Meaning that it's already built, and you can basically customize it however you want, okay? Now the first thing, sorry. Now the first thing is, let's take a look at our Shopify store. Okay, so basically, you're gonna click on View Online Store, and as you can see, it's already built in. So this is how a built-in Shopify store looks like. Okay, it's already built in. Like this is like a basic, the most basic Shopify store. Okay, there's nothing in it, but we'll customize it. I'll show you how to customize it. Okay, don't worry about it. Now this is how your Shopify store looks like. Now, but if you already have a Shopify store, we can skip to the step. You can skip this step. Okay, now we're going to do some customizations. Okay, now if you want to do some customizations, what you want to do is you want to click on Online Store, and then you want to go to Themes, and when you come into Themes, you want to click on Customize. Okay, but don't worry, your Shopify store is already ready. Okay, if you're able to preview your Shopify store, it's already created. Okay, so basically our Shopify store is created. Now we're gonna see how to customize it. Okay, now let's see how we can customize our Shopify store. Now initially my Shopify store looks like this. Okay, but let's say I want to add a section, or I want to add something to it. Okay, so if you notice over here, there's an option called add section. So click on it, and it will show you like a bunch of options how you can like customize your, how you can like add a section to your Shopify store. Okay, I'm gonna choose multi-row. Okay, but you can feel free to choose whatever you want. Okay, I'm gonna choose multi-row. Let me know in the comment section down below what you choose. Okay, so once you click on that, what that's going to do is it, now this is basically a section. Okay, it's a multi-row section. So basically you have an image, and then you have some text along with it, and then you have a button, and the same goes, it goes like a pattern. Okay, so this is basically like a custom design. Okay, now basically you can customize it in your own way. You can change this, you can change the picture over here, and you can also change the text over here. Okay, so I'm just going to show you like a quick way how to do it, but don't worry about it. Okay, it's really simple. Okay, so the first thing let's change over here is we'll change the image. Okay, so let's say I want to change the image, so I'll choose this image. Okay, the image is changed. Okay, so I basically changed the image, and now let's say I also want to change the text over here. Okay, so I'm going to change the text, and I'm going to say this is a sample. Okay, let's say this is the kick logo. Okay, so you can add whatever text, up to you. It's completely up to you. Okay, so it depends on the picture. Okay, so whatever picture you upload over here, for example, it could be your products picture, your services picture, whatever you have in your mind, put the picture and put the text that relates to that picture. Okay, just type in, since this was my logo, I just told that this is our logo. Now you can also change the button label. Okay, you can also change the button label. For example, I will tell okay, let's change it to okay details. Now you can basically customize it however you want, but there's going to be a limitation. So like basically the limitation is that you can customize it like however you want. There's like a limitation. There's like, you can change the text, you can change the image, like those are, you know, some limited customizations that you can do. But don't worry about it, like don't worry about it, it's still okay. All right, now the next thing is, now this is basically what you do in order to customize your Shopify store. You can keep adding sections, and you can, like, let's say if you want to add another section. Okay, so basically I showed you how to add a simple section. So if you, I'll show it to you guys again. Okay, so basically you click on this button. Okay, you go to the home, you go to the sections part, click over here on the sections part, and then you click on add section. Let's say I want to add another section. So this is like this is one section, this is one section, and this whole entire thing is another section. Okay, but let's say if you want to add another section, so basically right now in my Shopify store I have 3 sections. Okay, image, banner, featured collection, and multi-row. Now let's say if you want to add another section, like, which will come over here, right down here. Okay, let's say you want to do that, so you're going to click on add section, and you can basically add whatever you want. Okay, whatever you want, and you can put in the images, you can change it to whatever you want. So basically, so right now currently Shopify has these all sections which you can add. So that's pretty much it for how you can customize it. Still, if you are having trouble with customizing your Shopify store, let me know in the comments section down below. So this is basically how you customize your Shopify store. Okay, now time for the real part, Now your Shopify store is ready. Okay. Don't forget to press save. Okay. After you're done with all of your changes, after you're done with customizing your Shopify store however you want, I'm not going to go deep into this because, our purpose was to create a chatbot into the Shopify store, right? So the main thing is this chatbot over here. Okay. I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay. So now we can say that our Shopify store is ready. So we're going to hit save. Okay, just hit save and our Shopify store should be ready. Okay, so now once you're done customizing, adding all the pictures, adding all the text, the buttons, after you're done with all of that, what you can do is you can press exit. Okay, press exit and then go to online store and view your online store. Okay, so that will show you your Shopify store. So this was the new section that we added. This was not there earlier. This was the new section. Okay. Okay, let's check again. Okay, yeah, our Shopify store is ready. Okay, now you can always customize it to however you want. You can remove this section. You can remove this section and change it to whatever you want. Okay, however you want. But now we'll move on to the third step, which was to add the chatbot. And I'll see you guys in the next section. Okay, Mr. Everybody. So now we're going to move on to the third step of our video. So now the third step was to put our AI chatbot into the Shopify store. Now, when we were creating our Shopify store, you were able to see that there was a chatbot right here, right? Now don't get confused, okay? I have removed the code of the Fastbots AI chatbot off camera and I'm going to put it back again on camera, okay? So I'll do it in front of you guys so that you guys can understand how to do it, okay? Don't worry about it, it's really easy. So I just removed it and now we're going to add it back again, okay? So let's see how to do it. So now our final goal is to add the chatbot into our Shopify store, correct? So let's see how to do that. So now the first thing that you want to do is, initially, if you remember, we were creating our chatbot in Fastbots AI. And what you basically want to do is, in the left hand side, you will see that there is an option called deploy. Deploy basically means that how you're going to integrate your chatbot into an application. So basically, I want to put my chatbot into a website, correct? Which is a Shopify website. So basically, you're going to see three options to deploy. You're going to see direct link, you're going to see add to a website, or you can display inside a web page. Now basically, I want to add it as a widget. Okay, I want to add it as a widget. Basically, it means that there's going to be like a small widget. The users are going to click on the widget and then the chatbot is going to open, which is a standard way of how chatbots operate in today's world. So we're going to choose add to a website option, okay? But you can also choose to do this one, but it wouldn't be that practical. So I would definitely recommend that you stick to this one. It's going to be much better, much easier to follow. So now what you want to do is you want to copy this code. Okay, this is basically a JavaScript code, and this is the code snippet of your AI chatbot. So now, once you've copied it, so just press copy again. Okay, now once you've copied it, now this is, okay, we'll head back. Okay, so now initially this is our Shopify store, right? Now the next thing that you want to do is you want to head over to your Shopify dashboard. Okay, head over to your Shopify dashboard, click on online store, and then click on themes, and then click on these three dots. Okay, once you click on those three dots, then click on edit code. Okay, Now remember, our final goal is to add the chatbot into the Shopify store. So that is the exact reason why we accessed the Shopify store's code. Okay, this is basically all the code files of our Shopify store. And now what we're going to do is we're going to head to the theme.liquid file, and over there we're going to find the script tags. So basically I can see that there are these are the script tags. Basically it means JavaScript. So what we're going to do is just along these JavaScript tags, we're just going to add our Fastbots AI code, which we copied from here. Okay, which we copied from here. So we're gonna take this code and we're gonna paste it over here. Okay, and once you've done that, what you want to do is you want to press save. Okay, and once you have done that, click on preview store. I'm just going to click hide bar, and as you can see now the chatbot appears. So we can just click on this, and even the colors are okay. Let's say I'm going to remove this. I'm going to move that here. Let's say how are you? Okay. What is KickFliMedia? And as you can see, the chatbot works. Okay guys, so now your chatbot is finally ready. But before we proceed on, I just wanted to tell you guys one very important thing about Shopify. So in order to make your Shopify store accessible to other people, or you can say making your Shopify store public, there's an option, okay, that which you have to enable. This is very important. I'm just going to move that right there on the side. Okay, so now basically this is a very important step, and remember to do this. Okay, let's say I want to make my Shopify store public. Okay, meaning that I want other people to be able to access my Shopify store. Okay, like I want visitors to be able to view my Shopify store. Okay, to do that, you're going to go over to online store and then press preferences, or press preferences, and what you want to do is there's going to be an option called password protection. Okay, there's an option called password protection. What you basically want to do is you want to disable this. Okay, when you press that, that disables it. When you press this, it enables it. Okay, but what we want to do is we want to disable this. Okay, so that everybody can access our Shopify store. If you wish to keep your Shopify store private, you can enable it. If you want, depends on your choice. If you want other people to be able to access your Shopify store, you want to disable it. So I'm going to disable it. So you can keep it however you want. And now basically my Shopify store is public. And now once again, I'm going to close it and open it again. I'm going to press view. And then I'm going to press hide bar, because the bar is annoying, you know. And now you can see the chatbot works, and we're just going to double check one more time if that setting is disabled. Okay, yes, it's disabled. Okay, so that is pretty much it, and now we'll move on to the next step. And no, there is no next step. It's done, guys. Congratulations. So you have made it this far, and thank you so much for watching, guys. Okay everyone. So now basically what we're going to do is we're going to look at an overview of how Fastbots AI actually works. So this isn't the part of the steps, but this is just to help you guys understand deeply how and what's going on everywhere, okay, around Fastbots AI. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to look at each and every single component, okay? So first component that we have is the user. Okay, the user is the person who interacts with the chatbot, okay, which is you, or it could be anybody else. Front end is what you see in the screen. Like, for example, where the chatbot is visible to you is the front end. Server is a mechanism where it shares resources back and forth. It accesses resources and sends them back, takes it from another component and sends it back, so vice versa. Okay? And then we have the LLM. The LLM is basically used for natural language processing and generative AI, and it's also used for machine learning. Basically, the AI of the chatbot lives in the LLM. Okay? Then we have the knowledge base. Knowledge base is basically the information about your business which you feed into the chatbot. Okay? And then the database is also basically the information. It automatically gets stored from the knowledge base into the database. Okay? Database also stores information just like knowledge base. Okay, so now let's actually look at how the data is being moved. So first of all, what happens is the user enters a prompt, or they ask a question to the chatbot. Okay, so now the front end takes that information and it sends to the server. Okay, so now server searches the knowledge base for that information. Okay, and if the information is found, the knowledge base sends the information back to the server. Okay, and then the server sends that information to the LLM. The LLM takes that information and generates a response. Basically, the message which you see on the front end, the message that you see when you are the user. Okay, so LLM is going to take the response. Okay, LLM generates the response from the question. Okay, the question that you had. Based upon that, the LLM will generate the response. Now LLM will send that response to the server. Okay, and then the server will send that response to the front end, and then from the front end the user will be able to see that information. And that is pretty much how it works. Okay, so that is how Fastbots AI actually works. Okay everyone, so there is something else that I also wanted to discuss with you guys, which is also very important, and it's basically what happens when a user enters a prompt and how the text is actually generated and how the text comes into our front end. So this is going to be a little bit more deeper and it's going to be more detailed, okay? But don't worry, I'm going to make it simple, okay? Okay. So the first thing that happens when the user enters a prompt is basically there's a knowledge base. Okay, as we discussed in the previous one, there's a knowledge base, right? This one, knowledge base. So basically what happens is there is an embedding API. Okay, there is an embedding API. Now let's first understand what is the meaning of API. Okay, API is basically the LLM. Okay, is basically using the LLM of Anthropic or Gemini or ChatGPT, or you can say OpenAI. Okay, now we're going to use the API, which is Application Programming Interface of, let's say, OpenAI, to embed the knowledge base. Okay, now what does it mean to embed the knowledge base? To embed the knowledge base, basically it means that we're going to do two things. Okay, number one, the first thing that we're going to do is in the knowledge base we're going to find out the similar words. Okay, we're going to find out similar words, and we're going to chunk them together in one group, and we're going to make a lot of these groups. Okay, the API, which is the LLM, this does it automatically. Okay, so again, we're going to break the knowledge base down, and we're gonna make chunks of the knowledge base of the words which are similar. Okay, this is called embedding. Okay, now we do this with the help of a process called vectorization, or you can say vector embedding. Basically, each and every single word in your knowledge base is given a certain value, and basically it detects similar words with the help of the difference between each and every single value of the word, which is called vector. Okay, now every single vector is checked. The numerical value is checked. So when the difference between the numerical values is small, it means that the words are similar. Okay, the words are similar. So based upon this logic, what we do is we group certain words. Okay, we group certain words and we put them into chunks. Okay, and this chunks from the knowledge base, they're stored in the vector database. Okay, they're stored in the vector database. Now this was basically the knowledge base of your Fastbots AI information. Okay, now we did that with your information from your knowledge base, which you provided to the Fastbots AI. Okay, now let's say you enter a prompt. Okay, when you enter a prompt, again we're going to do embedding. Okay, now that is going to be prompt embedding. Okay, now that is prompt embedding, meaning that again we're going to do the same process again that we did with the knowledge base, but this time we're only going to do vector embedding. Okay, so basically the prompt that you have, what the prompt is basically what you type in to the question. When you have a question, you type it in, right, to the chatbot. That is called the prompt. So now we're going to embed the prompt. Okay, so every single word in the prompt is going to be converted into a numerical vector. It's going to be converted into a numerical vector. Okay, now you have the vectors from the prompt. Okay, and you also have a vector database. On the other hand, you have a vector database and you also have the the prompts vectors. Okay, now basically what we're going to do is we're going to compare the prompts vectors, and we're going to compare the vector database. So this will help us find similar information. Okay, basically the goal is to find the information in the prompt and double check it with the information in the vector database, which contains the knowledge bases vectors. Okay, now these two vectors are compared, and when we compare them, we look at the difference between these numbers. So the smaller the difference, the more similar the words are. Okay, the smaller the difference, the more similar the words are. Now once we have done that, we have found all the chunks that are relevant to the user's prompt. And once we finish that, we put them into a document. Okay, this happens automatically. Okay, now all of the chunks that are relevant to the user's prompt that was put in the beginning, now all of the information from the knowledge base comes into the documentation. Okay, now it comes into a documentation, which is this part. Okay, relevant documentation. Now with the help of the relevant information from the knowledge base and the user's prompt, we're going to create a new prompt. Okay, a new prompt is created that is called the context aware prompt. Okay, now basically the reason why it's called the context is because now we have found the relevant context. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to create a prompt. Okay, we're going to create a new prompt that's going to be relevant to the information that the user is looking for. Okay, so now another prompt is generated and it's sent to the LLM, which is the large language model. It can be OpenAI or Anthropic or Gemini. So that prompt is sent to the LLM, and then with the help of that prompt, the LLM generates a response. Okay, a response is basically the chatbot's reply that you see in front of the front end, which we discussed. Okay, so this is basically how it works in a high level. Okay, let me know in the comment section down below if you didn't understand, and honestly it's not going to be that hard if you just pay attention a little bit, but still you could still ask questions if you don't understand. Okay, let me know in the comment section down below if you don't understand. But anyways, we're going to move on to the next part of the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Yo guys, so that brings us to the end of the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and even if you didn't, let me know in the comment section down below so that I can improve my videos and I can give you the information so that you can reach to a whole new level of your business. So even if you didn't enjoy, please do comment. Please do take a little bit of time and comment down below what you think about my video. And I completely understand, even if it's something that you didn't like, something that you didn't understand, I'm completely open. Let me know in the comments down below. Okay guys, so one more thing, and if you think that you enjoyed this video, and only if you think that you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel so that more and more people can view this video and more people can have this information so that they can improve their businesses. And honestly, I think that the reason why I make these videos is to help you guys, because you guys are the most important to me, and I want to make sure that you guys are going and improving your businesses with AI, and that's what I want to do. That is what my goal is. So make sure that you take a little bit of time. It just takes a little bit of time. So go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you think that this video was valuable, if you think that you learned something that you think that can change your life. So go ahead and take a little bit of time. I'm gonna I'm gonna wait a little bit. I'm always gonna be here for you guys to make more videos, and I hope to see you again. And until then, thank you so much for watching, and let me know in the comments down below what kind of videos do you want in the future. Thank you so much guys, and until then, peace out. Assalamu alaikum.